Hi, Cancer. Hi. Hello. It's been a while, right? It's Janelle. Welcome back. This is for your monthly reading. Excuse me. This is for the month of April 2019. All right. So, really quickly before we begin, I just wanted to let you know that you're probably like, where have you been? As some of you know, that I teach at a university. So, but what you didn't know is that the semester has just started, or at least training and all that good stuff started about 3 weeks ago, blah, 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 blah. So my schedule has definitely become a lot more saturated. Plus with Mercury retrograde, talk about being late on every reading. Anyway, so it's just, I've been kind of gone from YouTube for a minute. Not gone, but I haven't posted anything because I've just been trying to get adjusted to my new schedule. All right, so maybe I would say about 2 more weeks, I'll have a better idea of how things are going to go, because classes are going to be up and running, and I'll have a schedule built in. But either way, hi. Let's light some incense, bing, and let's get started. Okay, so Cancer, thanks. Hi. So what I'm seeing for you, Cancer, for the month of April 2019, excuse me, let's see, oh yeah, one more thing, oh my god. So you guys know that I usually pre-read the cards just to get an idea of the narrative, blah, 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 and I don't shuffle on camera because ain't nobody got time for that. At least I don't. I'm just so impatient as an Aries and as a person, and so I get annoyed with having to do the shuffling and the downtime, and I'm already getting annoyed talking this long. But I just wanted to let you know that I'll be doing more cold readings, so that means that once the cameras roll, that's me literally reading at the same time, which is its own aesthetic. And so there might be a little bit of downtime as I take a close look and get the story. All right, let's jump in, okay? Okay, so let's turn that camera gently over here. That's really tight. All right. So my beautiful Cancer, or whoever is watching this and it resonates for you, what I'm seeing for you is that maybe in life you've been told that you're supposed to do something, or you're supposed to be somewhere. It seems like there has been some kind of, the word is not error. That is not the word, but I want to explain this. There's been some kind of projection. Sorry, I'm a little stuffy. Projected onto your life. Like, you're supposed to do this. At this age, you're going to do this. This is the person you're going to be married. This is your twin flame. This is the... I'm seeing that here. A direction has been given to you. It could also be something that you thought that you would be doing. But what I'm seeing here is that those fortunes have changed. Things change. Yes, there is such a thing called destiny. Yes, there is such a thing called fate. But there's also free will, right? And our goal as humans, I believe, or let's just say as beings, to be more inclusive, right, is to find a balance between the things that are to happen, they're just going to happen, and then knowing where we have control over it. And really, don't even become obsessed with that. Just kind of go with the flow, do your best to keep your mood up, keep your mood high, so that you can make sure that you're attracting the best perception of whatever you're doing, or adopting, the best perspective, and from that place, making the best decisions based on whatever presents itself to you. But anyway, let's move on. So I see all of that stuff going up in smoke, so to speak, burning. And this is a beautiful thing because it just, I'm getting here also that for some of you, this could be because you're starting a new leaf, turning over a new leaf, starting a new lease in life. I just woke up. Good morning. Yeah, and I think for some of you, I'm seeing divorce, right? You're in the process of divorce, or you're newly divorced. God bless you, right? Whatever the circumstances, I just see this being a case where there's a shift. Now, that being said, I'm seeing almost like, let's also show you guys the cards because you're super sweets. I'm seeing here like if God is taking out a little eraser from his or her pencil case, ding, and about to erase some things, making changes in your life, right? And now you're being invited to step into mastery, if you'd like, in the sense of mastery over your own life. Start making the changes, start defining yourself, start refining your life, right? So this is an interesting time for you. If this resonates with you, it's an interesting time for you. Okay? Yes. So I definitely see that, you know, for some of you this could have to do with romance, whatnot. But either way, I'm going to keep this card here because I feel this might come in handy somewhere later. Okay? It doesn't have to be romance, by the way. All right, so let's get here. Okay. So I could already tell this is going to be a short reading for you, Cancer. It just seems to just be pretty straightforward. What I'm seeing here is in your life, it's almost like you've been carrying a lot, you've been doing a lot. And here, I see that maybe the context in which we find you is one where you're kind of, because this person looks like they're in motion, but they're not actually, the way I see this card. They're just stopped. They've stopped. They're paused. They're holding on to these things, and they're like, I have something of value, but I don't know if I want to give it to whatever this situation is any longer, or just whatever it is. It seems like you are really, you seem very solid to me, but you're like, I don't know if I want to move forward here. And that's why this person hasn't actually put down his or her coins. They're just suspended there, and there's a moment of thinking. Well, what I'm seeing here for the month of April is that and it might have been a really stressful situation as well, because I feel that maybe people have been trying to make you make a decision about something, you know, like make a decision already, tell me what you want to do, what do you want to do. And I think that finally in the month of April 2019 you will feel, if not already yet, that energy starts to break up, that energy starts to change and end. It's coming to an end. And I feel that as if once you've made that decision, I feel as if by a divine wind, it's just gonna blow through. As if by a divine wind, you're gonna come out of that place of indecision. Now the question I ask is, how gusty is that divine wind gonna be? For some of you, it's not gonna be that gusty. You know, maybe you're coming to a decision, you're finally ready, but maybe the universe might help a little bit. Who knows, right? Suddenly, of all of the options that you have available, and I think that's also partly why you've been kind of, I don't want to say stuck or stagnant, but why you've been stationary, thank you, that's the word. Out of all of those options, because you have too many options, you will have a decision. One will come to you. Oh my gosh, I'm so stuffy right now. I'm so sorry, guys. Like, what is going on, Cancer? What is going on with me this morning? I'm just crazy right now. Trying to rush. I love you. I love you, love you, love you. Mwah. All right, let's move on. But I'm definitely seeing victory. So let's do a quick summary. I always feel bad for the sign that gets me very early in the morning without my cafe latte. So quick summary. My dear, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you are, and however you are, if this reading resonates with you, you may find that you're at a time in your life where you are coming out of a place of stationariness, out of indecision. You've had options. People have been wanting you to make decisions. People may have been wanting you to continue on the path you were before, but you know what? Yes, that path may be the path that you were on. Yes, it may be the one that made sense. Yeah, it may be the one people told you. Yeah, it's been the one that you just did naturally. But guess what? You're at a time in your life right now where you're like, this isn't me. I want to do something new. You may not know what you want to do, but you know that it's not this. There's no fuss about it. There's no stress about it. It just is. And you've stopped, and bless you, you've come to that decision. And now you've made a decision, or you will in the month of April 2019. We're in April, yay. You've made a decision. And because you've made that decision, things are in motion. It's like a divine wind. It really goes to show you that when we're stuck in our lives, it's because we're stuck in our decision. But the minute we make a decision, things start just coming into being. You're moving out of that decision. If not on your own, something's going to coax you out. Let's just put it that way. I'm being shown that if you are, quote unquote, coaxed out of that space of indecision, it's going to be just a small little fire. It's going to be a small fire to put out. It's not going to be like, oh my God, I stayed too long and now this, boom, and now I have this thing to do. No, the universe is going to coax you out a little bit. Might be uncomfortable, but it'll be a small one. And all of a sudden, all of these options that seemed like you were gravitating towards, they were spinning around, all of a sudden one is going to stand out and you're going to go for it, and that is going to be your victory. Your victory is going to be dun, 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 coming out of the hangman's position. Look at these two guys, God bless them. That was you. That's been you. Just hanging, not doing anything, right? But holding on to the value of what you are and who you are and what you have to offer. And I love that. I love that, Cancer, because you know that you're not just going to waste yourself somewhere. And look, this is you getting out of that position. Your mask is coming off. You're getting ready to just change. You're letting go of those coins you've been holding on to. You know where to invest now, right? And you know who to invest in. Now, if you don't know as yet, this is going to be coming in for you in the month of April. Also, as a result of you making your decision, I'm seeing some temperance. Temperance is going to be happening for you, because I feel that you've been going through a little bit of a torturous moment, but look at God coming in, right? To just temper that a little bit. It's beautiful. Oops. Okay, let's sharpen this. Okay, great. It's lovely. I also see that as a result, you're going to be shown the way. Look at this person coming out here and holding this beacon of light. It's like ding, ding. And now that you've made a decision, you know which doorway to go to. Which doorway to go to. Okay, wow. Okay. All right, give me 1 second. Let me double check these. Okay. Yeah, I just feel like you have you're going to be in such a good place now, okay? You're going to be in such a good place now. I see that you've got something to offer. I also feel, excuse me, that you have been holding on to some stuff. I'm not surprised because I'm seeing that here. When I say stuff, it could be money, it could be information. There's something that you've been holding on to and you don't want to share. But I'm seeing that you're finally ready to step into that moment. See, this looks like a contract here. Whoops. I'm sorry, guys. Let me sharpen that image here. All right, see the lady on the left? She's holding these contracts. See the lady on the right? She's holding this sword. This tells me, and see that yin-yang symbol there? That's balance. This tells me that you've come to a place where not only have you made a decision, but I think that you are taking the right approach. You're taking the right approach to be of service, to help others, and to do so without wasting your energy. So I'm seeing for some of you that this has to do with some kind of recreational center or community center. I'm seeing that, let me see, maybe if it's not about plans, like maybe construction plans or development plans or whatever, there's something there, right? So that may be for, I mean, it's so specific, could be one person, unless more of you are working on a community project of some sort, but it doesn't have to be that. Yours is coming through so generally, Cancer. Usually I get a lot more details, but again, if the dynamic fits for you, then you know already what needs to be done, right? Now, I see that you're going to be moving forward because you have an idea, or you have money, or you have something. You see this? But I think the thing about it is, for a while, you have been, bless you, holding on to that. And it's, I don't want to say it's in a selfish way. For some of you, it could be a selfish way, but for some of you, it's like almost like you may have had this idea that you're not going to throw your pearls before swine, right? How dare thee, right? But you know what I mean. Let's be honest, sometimes we waste our stuff on people. And I'm seeing this element of you not wanting to waste right here, where you've got it, but this literally feels like, ugh, you're not moving forward because you don't want to waste your value on other people who aren't going to appreciate it. I see that along with this path that arises for you is also going to come the method. I think you're finally, part of why you've been waiting is because maybe you've wanted to know how to actually disseminate it or dole it out, whatever it is, if it's money, if it's resources, if it's information, ideas, excuse me, if it's a secret, whatever it is, you've been holding on to it because you don't want to waste it on people. And I think up until this moment, you have been. Maybe you've been wasting it, sharing it with people who didn't support you, who, God, even worse, didn't understand you, and no one wants to do that. And it's not about being selfish sometimes, it's about knowing how best to make an impact, okay? Like, don't just throw your seeds all over the place. Like, plant your seeds properly and you will have them most efficiently grow, Anyway, so, but I see times are changing and you are going to be sharing. Sharing means caring. You're going to be doling that information, resources, whatever out, and you'll be sharing them. I see you in a healthier space now. For some of you, you may not have been delegating. It could have been you controlling everything. This could be a control thing, right? For some of you, it wasn't necessarily there in the beginning here as I was reading, but as I'm looking at this, it's control. And I see you relinquishing control. Some of you are moving on to bigger and better. Some of you may be moving on to another project. And, if you're a project manager or something in your career or just whatnot, or community center or whatnot, I see that maybe you've been holding on to a project or some kind of department or something, organization or something that you had a large hand in building and directing. But I feel that you need to step into something new. There's something else there. Maybe right now you're wearing two hats. You're starting up a new organization or you're heading up a new program at the community center or just rec center or just whatever, but before you're not even allowing yourself to step into that role fully because you're still trying to hold on to your control of the last situation. For those of you where this is a relationship and you're recently divorced, how would you interpret that? It could be something as simple as you're still being and doing being that kind of person and doing those kinds of things that you used to do when you were part of that old relationship, When we're in relationships, we get into a pattern of how to love, how to express ourselves, how to be. And once we're out of that relationship, we have to go back to being naturally, we have to go back to being more of a single mindset. And I don't mean out on the streets prowling. I mean making adjustments. But even more when we get into new relationships, we have to be in a space where we can allow ourselves to be redefined and remolded. And so how this dynamic would relate to somebody who is coming out of a relationship, for example, and maybe into a new one, is that you're not letting go of the protocol that you had been using when you were in the last relationship. But what I'm seeing here, no matter what your story is, my guys, you guys, is that you're finally doling out all of that stuff, and you're keeping one for yourself, okay? That's different from this guy. Look at him. He wants to hoard everything. He wants to be in control. He wants to be the one. He wants to do this. He wants to do that. But the shift that comes from you making this decision and maybe being coaxed gently into making that decision is you giving out. And I feel that if it does start out like a reluctant delegating, a reluctant doling out, a reluctant sharing, eventually you're going to see the light that you don't actually need all that. You just need one. I mean, right? And I see that. I see that's the way to go. All right? So, yay. So I'm seeing this as a process of you opening up. For the month of April, Cancer, you're going to be releasing, in other words. But what are you going to be releasing? You're going to be releasing your old way of life. You're going to be releasing information, resources, control. This is all about control, okay? For some of you, I see that your desire to control circumstances comes from the fact that you've been going through a lot, right? You've just been going through a lot, and I don't blame you. But, now you're coming to a point where you can actually relinquish that. And you can trust that whatever it is that needs to be done may not necessarily need to be done by you. And it could be actually done better by someone else. And you need more time to yourself. Anyway, so let's read the bottom here. Yeah, so again, I'm seeing that whatever this is that thing you've been holding on to. Secrets, money, resources, power, decision-making power, right? Information, a way of life. Whatever this is, children, I'm feeling children for some of you, or at least one of you. This could be sharing, okay? You have to share. You have to share, okay? It may be sharing with the grandparents of your ex. Could be something as simple as that. Your ex-husband, your ex-wife, you want full custody. But it may be time to share with the grandparents of your ex. Remember, children have their own spiritual contracts, and they're here to learn from people. And when they come, they create bonds with everybody. How could they not? They're so cute, right? And so just because you and the honey bun no longer are vibing with each other, and you divorce and you hate each other or just whatnot, it doesn't mean that you have to stop the children from connecting with extended family. I mean, that is that's hard. That's hard. I know, first of all, I'm with you. That is hard, to be bringing your kids around the family and whatnot, family and friends of this guy or this woman who totally screwed you, right? Or just whatever. But you have to find it within yourself to move beyond that situation and to realize that, yes, your pain is valid. Listen, I'm there with you. I am there with you. I have a 45 and a shovel, okay, and a car. We will go around back, all right? But that being said, just kidding, everybody. Just kidding, maybe. But that being said, it's not about you. And true growth and maturity will come when you get to that moment, when you can master your pain, you can master your emotions. Maybe hit group therapy, maybe whatever it is you need to do. I'm feeling, if this resonates with you about the children, you might need to get around people going through the same thing as you, that divorce situation, that feeling rejected, that feeling angry, whatever, so that you can master these emotions and you can get to a place where you move beyond it and you realize it's not about me. At the end of the day, yes, this person was a jerk, and they are not to be, lauded for that. They're not to be, whatever. And either way, you can take your time on dealing with that situation, but it can't come in the way of you allowing the children to continue on with bonds of love. You know what I mean? It really shouldn't. So anyway, but I understand that it's hard, but that, I think, is a message for somebody out there, okay? Yeah, because you're kind of depriving the children of their ability to have that village around them, to make sense of their world, and even to know that, yes, mommy and daddy aren't together, yes, they screwed it up, yes, this happened, that happened, da-da-da. Yes, mom and dad's situation is not the only, they're not the only ones to go through this. This is common in life. It's something that we work through. It's not something we step around. But I still get to have my privileges, even though these two people are working through their issue, okay? And that's the way it should be taken, but I understand that it's hard. Anyway, so back to this. Whatever it is, my dear Cancer or whoever, whatever it is that you're holding on to and you've been kind of holding back on, again, I see you sharing, and I see that you are able to give it to other people who can benefit from it, whatever that thing is. But in so doing, you are also a winner. I see that, because you realize that you only need one. You don't need all of that, okay? You don't need it. You don't need all the control. You don't need all the time. You don't need all the money. You don't need all the love, whatever it is, right? And I feel like it's almost because it's like, imagine having just like 40 million packs of corn. I mean, like, you can't eat all that corn. Or having $10 million You can't spend all that money. If you're trying to keep it all for yourself, you can't spend all that money before you die. Okay, let's be honest. Yes, you can. But my point is, you might as well just share it. Okay. Anyway. So I think that you'll be making peace with this transition that needs to happen. I see you making peace with the transition that needs to happen. And I see you being amazing. Look at this. That's you sitting down with your thing that's just for you. And then here is you standing up. Same girl, cute, right? It seems like the same girl. Here's you standing up and taking one by one the others that you've been holding on to. La. And you're making it available to other people. And guess what? Dun, 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 people are going to come in to receive that. Okay? So I'm seeing liquidation for some of you. Maybe some of you have been holding on to a business that is now no longer stable or no longer working. Maybe you're sad you've had to close down a business that you've had. And I think that now you've got all this furniture and all this stuff, and maybe you've been wanting to hold on to it. You've been telling yourself, well, it'll be for my next store, it'll be for this, it'll be for that, I'm going to hold it for my grandkids. Whatever it is you've been telling yourself, you've been at war with it. Finally, you're going to make a decision. You're going to have, or it's going to be made for you. You're going to have a victory in learning to share and let go. And always remember, nature abhors a vacuum. So once you create a void, or create a space, whoop, things come in to fill it. So in releasing and sharing, you're actually affirming that you can have more of what it is that you want, okay? But when you actively hold on to something, you're letting the universe know that you're afraid to let it go because you don't think you'll get something as good or better. And that fear programs the field, and it blocks you and blocks others from getting bigger and better, you know? So anyway, long story short, thank you so much, Cancer, for hanging in there with me this morning. I love you guys, and I love me, yeah. So, long story short, my dears, if you're attracted to this reading at any time in our life, at any sign that we are, it means that you finally come to a decision, or will be made to come to a decision, where you realize that sharing is just better, letting go is just better, releasing is just better. And you no longer have to walk this walk that you've been told you've had to walk. It's time to branch out. It's time to be who you are. It's time to rewrite your story. It's not even rewrite. It's time to write your story. It's time to change. It's time to make changes, erase things. And there are these flowers again. I was wondering what they meant, right? But I'm seeing here that this is the victory that you're going to be having, because I'm seeing it here with this lady, with you. Okay? Anyway, that's it. So thank you so much, Cancer. Bless you. Mwah. Mwah. And congratulations for the month of April 2019. Roll with it, okay? Just roll with it. The path is going to open up to you, and you might find it much easier. Ooh, how cute. Yeah, see? You might find it much easier to give than you think. That's you giving. Aw. That's also you receiving. Aw. When you empty your cup, you empty it and you allow for other things to come in. Cool, right? Alrighty, so thank you so much, Cancer, and I will talk to you later. Bye! Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to mark it for myself. If you'd like a personal reading, you know where to find me. The box is below, and yeah, bye!